tires. What is going on, everybody? I'm Alex Hunter, this is HP Builds, and welcome back to the channel. Before we get into today's video, I wanted to go over with you guys where we stand on the Skids for Kids toy drive for Vanderbilt Children's Hospital. So we've obviously been doing it for about 2 weeks now. We did do the Tennessee Region SCCA autocross event up at NCM. That gave us a few toys. We've had a lot of actual money donated to us, and we've went out and bought a lot of toys, and we've also had toys actually show up from Amazon from friends and family that do have our address and can mail us stuff. So inside, all the way up the stairs at our house, we are full of toys. Still not enough in my opinion. So between now and Ford Fest, if you'd like to donate, let me know. Ford Fest is this weekend, and we will also be taking donations obviously at Ford Fest. I've actually been in talks with a few people at Ford Fest trying to get a social media post made. That way we can try to grab some more people before they get to the event. That way they can buy toys and we're not just flooded with cash donations. On top of that, we have been signed up for the burnout competition. We have been signed up for the Grand Champion all weekend long. And I've even told them where I want to try to park one day. That way we're right front and center. Not truly a vendor area, but really daggum close. So fingers crossed, we leave in 3 days to go to Ford Fest. So like I said, if you guys want to donate, get with me as soon as possible. Now, before I move one day, I want to talk about something that happened while we were at Bristol. If you remember, Ashley told me that I needed to show a little bit more courage, that she could see that I was timid while doing the burnout because I was not getting real close to the wall, and she said you could tell that you didn't really want to touch the wall. Well, that's true in a way. I mean, I don't really care if I scuff up the bumpers, but I don't really want to cause major damage to Lucy. So we kind of sat down and said, hey, what are our options as to maybe adding a car to the list of things we have to work on? Well, that actually came to fruition. 2 weekends ago, before I left to go to work, we drove over actually to Ashley's grandparents and picked up a new vehicle. So I'm not going to stand here a lot longer and talk a bunch. I'm going to show you guys what's on the other side of this trailer. It's definitely red, goes with everything we have. It's got a V8 in it. And yeah, that's all I'm going to let you say right now, because when we get to the other side of this trailer, you'll see really what we're dealing with. It's not in the best of shape. We'll just start there. All right, let's move this trailer. Well, if you couldn't tell by now, we have a Chevy Silverado 1500 in our possession. So little background story on this. This is Ashley's grandfather's truck. It is a one owner. We are now the second owner. He bought this truck brand new when it actually looked like a good truck. And he has put a lot of miles on this truck. It has almost 210,000 miles. Here is the downsides. One, this thing hasn't ran in over 5 years. It's been sitting beside his house for 5 years and has barely even been tinkered with. Second thing, there is a lot of rust on this truck. And what I mean by that is obviously our cab corners, which is pretty common for these trucks, but even underneath there is a lot of rot going on. So much that, look at this. That is actually rusted completely through. It doesn't even hold the tailgate in place right there. That's why this tailgate is dropped. I mean, even the chrome bumper has rust going through it. So we told him, hey, we will take this truck off your hands and we're gonna make a burnout truck out of it. Is that okay? His response was Pretty cool. I don't care, as long as it's out of my yard. Well, I guess his yard ornament is now turned into my yard ornament because it's been sitting here for over, like I said, almost a week and a half, 2 weeks now, because, well, it doesn't run. I mean, it is in rough shape. I mean, let me pop the hood and I'll show you guys what we're dealing with under the hood. So before I take this hood all the way up, I wanted to show you guys just how we got this truck. So if you look right here, all that nice algae going down the side, that was over this entire truck. I mean, look at this picture. You can see just how rough this thing was. When it was behind Elmo getting towed here, whoo boy, it was hideous. Now it at least looks presentable, I guess. I mean, we've got clear coat galore falling off, but you can actually tell it's a red truck now. Now, like I said, this thing hasn't been running in over 5 years. And the main problem with it was the fuel injection. He said it was getting like 4 miles to the gallon if he was lucky when he parked it. And obviously we're gonna be ditching the air conditioner and all that fun crap and basically getting this engine a lot more open, a lot more breathable, and should, if everything goes well, should run pretty good. Another thing I know you guys are gonna comment on, and I'm gonna go ahead and nix it right now. A lot of people have already told me, hey, you're running a very expensive bed on this truck. I know. That bed is worth something to somebody. If that somebody is you, get with me. I will make you an absolute killer deal on it. That way I can at least turn that into something to get this car up and running. I will say I found one crack right there. Not really sure what hit it, but we do have a little crack in the fiberglass. But where I'm going, that bed is not needed because obviously the bumper is rusted. We're gonna rip the bumper off. We're gonna rip the receiver hitch off the back of this thing. We're gonna take the bed, put it to good use in somebody else's truck because it's not going on this truck. And then we have to do something to shorten this truck up because we are obviously running an extended cab. My thought is we're gonna go right to the drop shackle on the leaf spring and we're gonna hack it right there. That's gonna get us about 12 inches shorter than what it sits right now. And I feel that's gonna be pretty good. Obviously, we're gonna be lighter in the rear. That's gonna be a problem. I obviously don't wanna bend the frame because that's gonna be a problem if I wall tap. So I'm gonna X-brace the frame all the way back up underneath the cab. But speaking of the cab, let me show you the inside of this truck because for a truck that's got 210,000 miles on it, it's actually pretty remarkably clean. I mean, let me show you this. I don't know about you. I don't know if you agree with me, but this interior is in good shape. Got the factory cassette player. Like I said, we got 209 on the dash. No cracks in the dash. Everything's there. All the switches work. The seats are not ripped up. I mean, they're dirty. Don't get me wrong. They're definitely dirty, but a good shampooing would have cleaned a lot of that up. I mean, same thing for the back seat. Everything's here. Everything's in good shape. I mean, all the way down to the doors. I mean, yeah, we've got some oil stain here, some oil stain here, but I'm thinking a good steaming would actually clean that door up. So, just like the bed, if someone needs gray interior for a Silverado, please let me know because I don't really want to have this stuff just sitting in there with me. That seat and a 3-point harness is really just going to toss me all over the truck when I'm actually doing, you know, good skids, and it's not going to work for me. I want to put a better seat or a better harness system in it. That way I'm actually strapped to the truck. That way if I do tap the back end, I'm not gonna get slammed into the door. I'm gonna be hunkered down and I'm gonna be good to go. So yeah, if you want a gray interior for a truck, let me know. I know a guy that has one. Now the bed and the interior might be some positives that you're saying, hey, don't really do this to this truck. But I mean, look, door pins don't really work. That door over there doesn't want to open. I haven't quite messed with that yet to get it to open. But again, just like over on this side of the truck, we've got rot all down the side of the doors, the cab corner, even the suicide door. I mean, we've got it all the way up into the fender. So I thought about it when I put this truck on the trailer. I was like, you know, this might be too nice of a truck to do what I'm doing with it. Well, then we gave it a bath. And then I really started looking at the frame, and I looked at all the mounts and everything under this truck, and I was like, if we were to sell this, who would buy it? One, probably a young high school kid. And this truck, even if I got it running, would absolutely nickel and dime the crap out of a high school kid that's gonna be making 10 bucks an hour, busting his butt, trying to make a good truck. And I don't wanna be the guy that sells him something that is gonna nickel and dime him. So me and Ashley talked about it, and we said, look, let's stick to our plan. Yes, it's clean in some areas, but it's got a lot of issues. So let's just stick to our plan, get rid of the bed, get rid of the interior, and just get this thing ready to do a burnout. Now the burnout, here is the biggest thing. Right now, we are in with Lucy to do a burnout at Cleetus and Cars in November down at Bradenton, Florida. I really want to take Lucy, but I also want to take this truck and see what I can do to get this truck entered, and maybe, just maybe, do it just for the heck of it. I mean, don't even say, like, don't even put me in the competition with this truck. I just want to use it to see if it'll actually do it, because I know nothing about the transmission. I will obviously know about the engine, but we're not tagging and insuring this truck to drive it down the road. So the best I'm gonna get out of it is a test hit out here. So I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting couple of weeks, because obviously after Ford Fest, November, Cleetus and Cars is 6 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, something like that. And this thing's gotta be running, and it's gotta be put together in the way I want. So after Ford Fest, we have one autocross event, but all the other YouTube videos are going to consist of getting this truck ready to go. Now, the last thing we got to discuss, what is the name for this truck? So clearly, goodness gracious, talk about some tire noise there. Clearly we've got Elmo, we've got One Day the trailer, and we've got Lucy the Mustang. I don't know what to name this truck. Me and Ashley have talked about it, and we can't come up with anything good. If you guys have something good for it, let us know. All right, that's the end of the video, and I know, pretty boring. We didn't actually do anything. The truck was sitting still the whole time. It was just me gabbing along. So if you made it this far, I appreciate it. Smash that subscribe button, smash the like button, hang around, because this build, it's gonna be pretty crazy, because once I get this truck actually running, the upgrades are gonna be coming. See you guys in the next video.